Bar Reeve basketball is on the air. Tonight's game brought to you by Bobcat of Davies County, by Williams Brothers Pharmacy, by A&R Home Center in Washington, by the Montgomery Raritan Club, by RTC Communications and Davies County Hospital in the Core Center, by Washington Chrysler, by Edward Jones and their advisors Sarah Browning, Doug Bubalo, and Scott Cordova, by Thompson Insurance, Crane, a credit union, by Bill Dobson Ford, Redbones in Montgomery, by the First Savings Bank, Graver Post Buildings, by Hart Family Chiropractic in Candleburg, by Purdue Farms, and Garrett Gingrich Construction, Dr. Lana Helms, by Helena in Montgomery, JJ's Concrete, by Alex Knepp and German American Investments, by Jones & Sons Concrete, by Apex Enterprises, by AJI Trucking, and by Montgomery Medical. Now, let's go courtside to the voice of the Vikings.
And live from the big ship, it is Bar Reeve basketball tonight, doubleheader. Boys and girls, with the girls leading off here first against the Washington Catholic Cardinals. Good evening, everybody. Brian Emmons will be joined here in just a few seconds by voice of the Vikings, Mike DeCourcy. Announcements of the starting lineups going on right now, so we'll go ahead and run down them as well. For the Washington Catholic Lady Cardinals, number 12, a 5'3" forward, Kyle Opita. Number 20, a 5'5" guard, Brenna Hunter. Number 24, 5'2" guard, Maya Klein. A 5'7" forward, Tara Vertus. And number 52 in the middle, 5'8" forward, Addie Talbert. And for the Bar Reeve Lady Vikings, they're going to go, as you're used to, they're going to go with Hannah Bledsoe nailing down the middle. Ava Carter, Beth Graber, Willow Thompson, and then running the show, number 12, Colleen Tramball. Washington Catholic Lady Cardinals come into this game at 4-10, while the Bar Reeve Lady Vikings are now 11-6 on the season after a really fine performance up at the Graves Construction Classic, where they beat two solid teams in a couple of really, really good basketball games. So we're lined up. Hannah Bledsoe going to jump it up. And here is voice of the Vikings, Mr. Mike DeCourcy.
And good evening, Brian Emmons, as we are getting ready. Tip is up. It's controlled by Bar Reeve, and the Vikings with the first offensive possession going against this zone defense of WC. A little back screen lob. Hannah Bledsoe, layup, got it. And she's going to be fouled. She'll go to the line looking to complete the three-point play.
Well, we've seen that play just a couple of times this year. Went up over the top to Hannah. No problem catching it, scoring, fouled, and now we're going to go try to get the old-fashioned way, get the three-point play. Hannah averaging 12.5 points per game on the season scoring, and she's going to shoot that with a miss. She is shooting 78% from the free throw line.
And after the missed free throw, Ava Carter just going to have it knocked away. And they're going to say last touch by Ava. So WC will get it. And it'll be their first possession of the night, Brian.
Yeah, it looks like Bar Reeve going to start off. They're going to have Ava Carter just greet the ball right at the half line in that 1-3-1. That's going to cause a turnover right off the bat.
Yeah, it'll turn it over. And if you are the Vikings tonight, man, you really want that live ball turnover, because you know the conversion on the other end is probably going to follow.
Yeah, they're going to get out, they're going to run, and I would look for the Lady Vikings to really push the tempo tonight against this WC squad.
Long two by Beth, no good, but Ava Carter going to run it down. Back to Colleen, the Vikes going to reset. So 2-0, just underway here. Kavanaugh Court. Beth going to set for a long one. It's going to be short. Should mention Cash for Kindle tonight. Both games sponsored by Dr. Travis and Heather Madison.
All right. Thank you to the Madisons.
Hopefully, much like in semi-pro, they have to write a big check.
Well, we'll say they do. No matter how many there are, we'll fudge that number if we have to.
Yep. And they're going to get a foul on Bar Reeve. Loose ball, but it was saved, and WC going to get it. Go to the line to shoot two.
I think Bar Reeve comes into this game feeling pretty good after their performance up at the White River Valley tournament. They had a couple of really close games, and that's what you need as we head into the sectional is to be under those pressure situations, and they definitely were.
And WC going to miss the pair, so here come the Vikings. Still leading 2-0, 1 minute gone. Colleen Tramball, Beth Graber, Willow Thompson, Ava Carter, Hannah Bledsoe.
Yeah, they're playing a box and one against Hannah. They're going to try, and they're holding her, which they're going to have to stop. I mean, you can't hold the center as when she tries to cut. Bump her, but not hold her.
And Willow going to bank one in. 3-point basket. That's a Cash for Kendall 3-point bucket. Thanks to Travis and Heather. 5-0 Vikes.
I don't know if Willow called that one, but I heard Neil somewhere yell bank. So bank was called, so we'll take it.
Yeah, we will always take it. Now they're going to get a foul. No, kickball, I guess, out of bounds.
Crowd still filing in. This early start for the varsity girls game. Of course, got the boys game to follow, and there's Beth Graber going to get a steal on the inbounds.
Here comes Beth up the floor. Beth centers it, and her pass to Willow Thompson going to be poked out of bounds. Sabari will get it on the sideline. 5-0 Vikes here early.
No question that the bulk of the scoring for the Lady Cardinals comes from Maya Klein and Brenna Hunter. They've had a couple of games where they've both been at or above 20 points together. And there they're going to go up top over the top of that zone to Ava Carter, and she's going to get an easy layup, and there's going to be a timeout. 7-0 Lady Vikings. We'll go ahead and take one. We'll be right back after this. I just stole your job.
Yeah, even better. Back in a minute. Check. And back at Bar Eve.
See, you leave me to do the pregame show all by myself. I'm just going to try to steal the whole thing all night long.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's what I would do. So now Bar Eve in a 1-3-1 out of the timeout.
And there's going to be the WC gets through the zone, gets a shot off, and that was Maya Klein. Now she's going to have it knocked away. And here comes Colleen Tramball.
Yep, Colleen with the steal. Bledsoe in the post. Her shot no good. Rebounded by Washington Catholic.
It may have been partially blocked there. Good job by the Lady Cardinals getting back on defense.
Now Bari back in that 1-3-1. WC going to be able to wiggle out of it for now. It's 7-0 Vikes. Colleen going to kick that one out of bounds. And Bari going to get it again. Or WC going to get it again. Bari back on defense, excuse me. So on the inbounds, WC, Bar Eve looks like they are man-to-man this time on defense.
WC going to try to set here as Bar Eve switch defenses, like you said, and they're going to isolate Colleen Tramball, but the drive is missed, and here comes Bar Eve.
And Ava Carter going to get behind the defense, Beth Graber, and she's going to travel with it, yeah. Just couldn't quite get set up.
Second turnover on the evening by the Lady Vikings. Like I said, Lady Cardinals do come into this game with 4 wins. And there's going to be another turnover, and Colleen going to go down all by herself and miss the layup.
Now it's going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Ava Carter. That's something on a night like tonight. Bar Eve has got to cash that in.
Yeah, that she was wide open there and just missed it.
So 7-0 Vikings.
I was looking up Washington Catholic wins. I'm not familiar with some of these schools. Seven Oaks Classical, Martinsville Tabernacles, 2 of the wins that they got.
I do know there is a smaller, I think they call it maybe the Indiana Crossroads Conference, where a lot of smaller IHSAA schools and then some, I would guess, larger private, not even necessarily Christian schools, just smaller schools. Liv Emmons just in the game. Her 3 in and out, no good. Hannah Bledsoe going to pick it up, flip it in. 9-0 Vikes.
Good job by Hannah hitting the board. She went up over the top of everybody. good play they ran there. Liv had a good shot, went in and out. She's had a few of those. She's getting a little frustrated. Some of those aren't staying down, but she just got to keep shooting them.
So 9-0 now Vikings. Driving layup, no good. Ball going to be on the floor, and WC going to pick it back up. And now they're going to set for a long one. Got it. It's 9-3.
That's Maya Klein on the basket, but that was set up, and they're going to go down quickly to Hannah. She's going to miss, get her own rebound, go back up and get fouled. But that basket was, Coach Higgins going to call Liv Emmons over to the bench right now and tell her that that's not acceptable. When there's a loose ball on the floor, you go get it. Don't let it get wrestled away from you.
Be on the floor with it.
So Hannah going to shoot 2 here. First one up and good.
Hannah, talking to the coaching staff, she started the night 10 points shy of 1,500 in her career, but halfway to 1,000.
Yeah.
That ain't bad for a sophomore, Brian.
Not at all, and still got quite a bit of basketball to play this year. Even though we are getting tight, that one's going to go in and out. Beth should have grabbed it, tipped it. We've got to start grabbing the basketball.
Yeah, we're watching too much college and NBA where we're tipping it back, and high school girls basketball, that's just not going to work like it might in the NBA. They're going to set for another long one. That one is an air ball, last touch by Bar Eve. 10-3 Vikes, 3:25 left, opening quarter.
Yeah, that's 2 balls now that Bar Eve should have come up with that we've just given away. There's a throw in bounds, and Colleen's going to get it again and go down by herself, and she collects on that one.
Yep, nice driving layup by Colleen. Going to give the Vikings a 9-point lead, 12-3.
I know Klein and Hunter both all area soccer players, and they had some real success in the fall.
Were they sectional champions again this year?
I believe they were. That's right.
They're going to get a foul on Colleen that time.
Coach Billy Nolly from the Washington Catholic coming in to the building, got his suit in hand. So if you had in the pool, if you had Coach Nolly will suit up tonight, you win.
Like Mike Woodson?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, let's not do that.
I guess as WC going to throw it and almost out of bounds. Now they're going to wiggle through it. Eminep just in the game. They're going to take a long tube, going to bounce way long, no good. Liv going to grab it, and here comes Bar Eve. Liv goes behind the back, wants to sprint it up the floor. Eminep just in the game. Liv with it, top of the key. Over to Willow on the right side. Willow going to set for a long one. It's going to be long. Eminep going to grab it, go up, lay it up, no good. Hannah Bledsoe going to pick it up and lay it in, 14-3.
Good job of hitting the offensive glass there. Those are definitely rebounds that we're going to have to get as we go through the next 3 weeks. We're under 2 weeks now to the sectional draw.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
That is just crazy. Now, bad pass. Hannah Bledsoe going to pick it off and was looking for Eminep. Emma wasn't looking for it. And that's one where Hannah just has to be assertive and go take it herself.
Take it.
And if they cut her off, then you're going to have a teammate running with you.
That's the 7th turnover for the Lady Cardinals already here.
It's a double-figure lead for the Vikes. Now they're going to throw it to Willow. Willow unable to collect her dribble. Now she's got it. Now
good
down.
Pass.
And good pass by Ellie, and she's going to find Hannah Bledsoe. It's 16-3 now. Timeout WC, and we'll go ahead and take another one. 16-3, Vikings lead it. Back right after this.
No further. Williams.
Good start for the Vikings, 16-3. Bar Eve leads it, Brian Emmons.
Yeah, Hannah Bledsoe leading the way with 9 points here early.
Yeah, good start for Hannah.
And this is a game, Deco, you as a coach, how do you keep a team motivated to keep playing and be fundamentally sound when you get out to this big of a lead?
Well, I look down that bench and I see, probably 8 or 9 other girls that show up to practice, that work hard every day, that do the right things, and sometimes they get more playing time than others, and I think it's a night where you reward those kids who've showed up to summer practice.
Yeah.
And you try to figure out a way to get them as much playing time as possible.
Good ball movement there by the Lady Vikings inside to Ellie Knepp. She's going to get stuck. May have been a tipped shot that she got, not a pass.
Brunson's got it now, and she's going to travel with it.
There was no thoughts of firing that three-pointer from the corner by Mariah that time.
This is one of those nights where I think if you're open, you just let
Shoot
it fly.
Yep, because we should be able to control the offensive glass. So yeah, I agree. I would try to get as many shots up as we can and worry about if we miss it at that time.
Long three put up by WC, no good. And they are going to track it down. No, they're not. They're going to run it out. Or run out of real estate over there. So Bari will get it on the inbounds.
Good-looking shot by Addie Talbert in the corner, although she couldn't get it to go. 47 seconds left, first quarter action. Willow going to bring it up for the Lady Vikings. Her, Liv, Emma, Ellie, and Mariah on the court now. This could be a lineup you see next year when Colleen and Beth are gone.
So Willow's got it, getting instructions. We're under 30 seconds.
Looks like WC have gone into a 3-2 zone. Down to 18.
Ari will get the last one of this quarter. Emma's got it. Liv. Over to Willow.
Good read by Liv there, but overplaying the passing lane.
Willow going to try to dribble out. She's going to take a long two. No good. Tries to track her own rebound down. WC going to pull it out. Time's going to run out, and that's going to do it. So Lady Vikings lead it after one quarter at 16-3. Back after this 1-minute timeout.
And we are back after first quarter action. 16-3, Lady Vikings lead it in the scoring column for Bar Reeve. Hannah Bledsoe leads the way with 9 points. 3 points for Willow Thompson on a three-point basket. And thanks for the Cash for Kindle donations tonight by the Madisons. And 2 points for Ava Carter, 2 points for Colleen Trambaugh. For Washington Catholic, Maya Klein has a three-pointer. So here we go. Klein going to thought about firing another one. She goes to Talbert. That's going to be turned over. Lainey Graber, who's in the game, grabs it, but she travels. So a couple of quick turnovers there by both teams. That's the 5th for Bar Reeve, 10th for Washington Catholic. So Lady Cardinals have the ball in underneath their own basket. They go to Talbert. Talbert over to Klein. Klein going to go to the corner down to Brenna Hunter, but that's going to be a travel call. And so it'll go back to Bar Reeve. On the court for Bar Reeve, 2 seniors down here in the guard slots. Beth Graber, Colleen Trambaugh back in the game. Lainey Graber, the freshman. Ava Carter and Hannah Bledsoe. Beth going to drive right side, looks into Hannah, can't find her. She's trapped. Over to Ava. Ava in the corner, whips it up to Lainey. Colleen left side. She tries to throw it up over the top to Hannah. Out to Beth for three and didn't get it to go. Ava Carter on the rebound. Bar Eve right now controlling the glass. There Colleen's going to shoot and miss. And that was a rebound by Tara Vertus, and WC going to head back the other way. Mike Klein gets it right side. She's going to fire a long two. No good. Hannah Bledsoe on the rebound. 10th rebound on the game for the Lady Vikings. Colleen goes down to Laney. Inside to Ava. Good ball movement by the Lady Vikings here. Colleen's going to dribble. She's going to shoot an 18-footer. No good. Laney Graber on the rebound. Kicks it out to Colleen. We're going to reset. Over to Beth. Lobs it into Hannah. Hannah's stuck but maneuvering, and they're going to get a foul call. Looks like that's going to go against Brianna Hunter. Yeah. Welcome back, Mr. DeCourcy.
Just trying to, do all the technical stuff here. It's
I'll
pretty
make
exciting.
sure, Dwayne, I think I need some more pay tonight.
Yeah, I think that's right.
There's on.
Another Cash for Kindle three-point basket, 19-3 Vikings.
Beth Graber going to fire that one. Turn me up just a little bit. I'm a little quiet.
There you go.
There. Oh, I don't want to miss one single word of what Mike DeCourcy has to say.
I have that effect on people. It happens.
There, Brianna Hunter. She's going to look inside to Klein. Can't get it there. Back out in the corner. And I'm going to let you take over.
Yeah, so Bar Eve back on defense, just man-to-man. And down in the post, WC going to lose it. Bar Eve going to get it back. So, crowd filling up. We got a girls game and a boys game here tonight. Rhino, lots of boys and girls doubleheaders lately.
Yeah, we have. It's kind of a fun thing. It doesn't do a whole heck of a lot for your JV squads, but definitely it's been fun to have the boys and girls varsity back to back. Here's Beth going to fire a three. She's going to miss. Hannah on the rebound. She's going to miss as well.
So Bari back on defense. Vikes had two looks at it. Unable to get either one to go.
But yeah, these girl-boy doubleheaders are fun, and it's nice that big crowds for both games.
Yep, there's a tie-up. Bar Eve going to get the possession back.
Hey, why don't you talk about, while we got a second, what's going on tomorrow night, if anybody. I'm sure most people have heard that's listening to this broadcast. But
yeah, we've obviously, Hagen Knepp's big surgery is on. As Beth going to set for a long 2-foot on the line, in and out, no good. Rebounded by WC. And last touch by Laney out of bounds. But no, Hagen's big surgery, it's basically going to be a all-day, 12-hour procedure on Thursday. So there's a community show of support, prayer, vigil here tomorrow night at Kavanaugh Court where people are just going to, I think that's one thing we've seen in our area here lately is WC going to put one up in the middle of the lane and miss it, is we've had more than our fair share of tragedy in Davis and Martin County these last few months. And, such a great story with Landon Mathias over in Lagodi as WC going to be fouled and shoot two. And that turned into a real positive and a feel-good story.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are just praying for the same thing for Hagen. So Hagen's one of everybody's all-time favorites. You're not going to find hardly anybody that dislikes him. If you do, it's probably a you thing, not a Hagen thing.
Right. Yep.
And we're gonna kind of wrap him in love and as he heads out to that big surgery on Thursday.
Yeah, that's great.
So WC splits the pair, 19-4. Beth Graber, Ava Carter.
Haven't caught it on YouTube. Greg Bateman's interview with him was just really, really good.
Beth going to set for another long one. Rolls that one in. Another Cash for Kindle three. 22-4. So Bar Eve, ball going to be on the floor. Laney going to pick it up. And here comes Ava Carter. Lays it up and lays it in. Now the Vikings with a 20-point lead. 24-4. So almost halfway gone through the second half. WC now trailing by 20. They wanted to pull the trigger on a three right there. Were not able to do it. Long two, going to bounce long. No good. Hannah going to grab it. Get it off to Colleen. Trambaugh on the left side. She's going to pull it back. Going to get organized. Good chance here for the Vikes, even with a 20-point lead, to work against a 2-3 zone.
Yeah, exactly. We saw a little bit of that up at the Graves. There's a three-pointer for Colleen Tramball.
That one looked good, all net.
Colleen struggled a little bit from behind the arc this year, and so that's good to see her knock one down. We're going to need a couple of those coming up.
Yeah, there is no doubt about it. So the Vikings now lead it by 23. So Bari back just man-to-man on defense. 3.5 minutes left in the opening half.
Whoa.
And
you don't want to get your feet tied up with a soccer player.
no, yeah, you're going down. There's no corner kick here.
Yeah, Colleen going to check out her Beth and Ava, Mariah, Liv, and Willow check in. They're going to join Hannah Bledsoe and Lainey Graber.
So on the inbounds, WC tried to pull the trigger quickly, couldn't do it. Now Bari back on defense. Really, is that one going to be poked out of bounds? Last touch by WC, so Bari will get it back. You see the score 27-4, and you think, oh, man, there's been pressing, there's been trapping. There's been none of that so far, Brino.
No, it's been, and really, Coach Higgins only stayed in that 1-3-1 trap half court for just a little while. There's Liv going to fire one from the corner. That's going to be just a hair short. Laney on the rebound.
Now Willow going to set. Her long one is wide right. She bites her fingernails real quick. Why is that, Brino?
I don't know.
I think she knew it slipped out of her hands pretty quickly.
I thought that was a trick question.
Yeah,
I don't
no. No, I think she knew it slipped the second she shot it.
Yeah.
So 27-4. WC going to throw over the top. Now they're going to set for a long one. 3 on the way is going to bounce long, no good. And they're going to tap it out of bounds.
Good hustle.
Last touch. Bari going to get it again.
Well, I finished George and Tammy, so I'm fully up to date on the lives of George Jones and Tammy Wynette.
What have you learned?
Well, that George was probably a much better guy to hang out with than he was to be married to.
Oh, okay. I think there's a lot of people like that.
Until he shoots at you. He did shoot at one of his buddies one time, so,
Again, not surprised.
Right.
Willow going to skip it over.
Good ball
Laney's got
movement.
it, top of the key. Willow again on the left side, skip pass over to Liv. Liv going to set for a long one. That's going to miss. Laney going to pick it up. And Liv going to set for another 15-footer. That one going to bounce long. WC going to pick it up.
Liv getting frustrated. She just can't get one to go right now, and I know she's getting frustrated. But if there's one thing I know, when your job is to shoot, you got to shoot through the slumps, and she's going to have to do that right now.
So it's still 27-4. We're under 2 minutes left in the first half. Washington Catholic, Hannah Bledsoe going to block a shot. Here comes Liv. Going to get it ahead to Willow. Willow, Brunts. And there's a jumper by Liv, no good. And here's where you ask me, what can the Vikings do tonight? You've got to convert a 3-on-1 layup.
Yep, absolutely.
That's poor passing.
Well, it is, yeah.
And I'm not talking the first pass, the second pass. There was not a single instance in there where there was a pass, kind of, we always say on time and on target. And that's something you can control in a game.
Yeah,
like this.
and they weren't handled, and that's what kept them from getting that easy basket. The fact that a couple of fumbles here and there, now the defense is caught up. There's Liv going to steal one, and she's going to get it over to Willow. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, and we've talked about it before, and really early in the season, Lady Vikings had a hard time catching really good passes. And so, very important.
And Willow going to have it poked away, and here comes WC, and that's more poor passing and poor catching. They're going to miss the layup. Now Ellie going to block one, and here comes Bari back the other way.
Ellie needs to get to the center of the floor when she gets a steal like that, not go down the sidelines. You got players running down the sidelines to get to the corner.
So 52.9, 27-4. Vikings with the lead. And Bar Eve, are we going to try to get the last shot of the half here, Brian?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. We'll see. I think WC's pretty content just to sit back in that zone. We'll see if they stretch it out just a little here. That might force the issue. Good pass inside to Brunson.
And Brunson got it in the middle of the lane, knocked it in.
There's a good example of what you were just saying. Good pass, hit Mariah right on stride on her cut. She was able to catch and shoot.
So 29-4, we're down to 20 seconds left here in the opening half. See back. Ball in the middle of the lane. Shot going to be blocked. Willow's got it. We got 10 seconds, and if she looks up, she's got Liv Emmons. Liv's going to get it on the right wing. She's going to set for a long one. No good, but Emma going to pick it up and lay it in.
All right.
That's a good end for the Vikings. So at halftime, on the JJ's Concrete scoreboard, 31-4, Bar Eve leads it. We're going to take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll have all of tonight's halftime statistics. We'll set up the second half. Back right after this. And back at halftime on the JJ's Concrete scoreboard, 31-4. All Vikings in the first half, Brian Emmons.
Yeah, it sure was. Vikings jumped out to a 16-3 first quarter lead. Hannah Bledsoe leading the way in that quarter. She had 9 points and honestly missed a few bunnies that could have even extended it to more than that. But she leads the team with 9 points here at halftime. Next up, couple three-pointers by Beth Graber. She's got 6. 5 points for Colleen Tramball, 1-3, 1-2. 4 points for Ava Carter. Willow Thompson has a 3-point basket. Mariah Brunson and Emma Knapp in the scoring column. They've each got 2 for Bar Reeves, 31. For Washington Catholic, they're scoring. Maya Klein hit a 3 early in the game, and Addie Talbert is 1 of 2 from the free throw line for hers. Bar Eve absolutely controlling the glass, which has been one of the big keys for them here in the first half. They've already got 19 rebounds to 7 by the Washington Catholic Lady Cardinals. Turnovers, it's been another thing that's plagued the Lady Cardinals. They've got 15 first half turnovers. Bar Eve Lady Vikings, they've had a few themselves. They've got 5. And that's the story here, 31-4. And we got done playing basketball, and we decided, what the heck, let's have a rock concert. And we are absolutely jamming at the Big Ship right now.
Those are my guys. You got Griffin Bell over there on lead. But no, lots of kids with lots of talent here in this little school, Brian Evans.
Yeah, and I really feel we're cheating this crowd for you and I not to go over and sing some sort of duo. Maybe some harmonies like Alice in Chains or something like that I think we could do.
And we could grab Nathan Lester, and we could do a 3-part because, we're Lane Staley fanboys.
All right.
So that's what we are. So,
well, I'm sure the crowd would enjoy it if we were to do that.
Yeah, I'm sure they would. So all Vikes here at halftime, 31-4. We're going to take another timeout, and when we come back, second half action, back right after this. Back at Bar Eve. Big thanks to our title sponsor, Bill Dobson Ford, where a Dobson deal is a better deal, for sponsoring not only Bar Eve Media, Bar Eve Basketball, and all Bar Eve sports, Brian Emmons.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been great sponsors for a long time, sponsoring the tough player of the game. We're going to have a hard time figuring out who that's going to be today. We've got a lot of people out there playing hard. I got a note from the boss, who's a big George and Tammy fan as well, so it's good to hear Dwayne Shake listening and watching the same television shows I'm watching.
Well, I haven't started it yet, but that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that I won't. It just means not yet.
I got you.
So, WC with the basketball, 31-4 Vikings.
Certainly changed our Sunday nights. You know, Yellowstone's gone. Now we're done with George and Tammy.
Yeah, I mean, where you head to next?
I don't know.
Hannah going to block that one?
Bed, maybe?
Yeah, sleep. Willow, baseline jumper, short. Ball on the floor. WC, no. Willow going to take it back. Ava's got it. Now Bar Eve going to reset. Colleen now. Hannah. Colleen again. Bar Eve's got to get it off that side of the floor.
Yeah, we're kind of in that little lull right now that we get in once in a while where nobody's moving, everybody's standing, and even against the zone you can move. There's Beth going to fire a three. That's going to miss.
WC with the basketball, their second possession of the second half, 31-4 Vikings. All Bar Eve here tonight. Wild shot up, no good. Beth going to grab it. Here comes Bar Eve on the run. They had Ava Carter for just a second. WC's kind of picked up the fact that Ava likes to sprint.
Yeah, and they're really, that time they had Hunter pressure the ball off the rebound to make sure that we didn't get out and go.
Now Willow going to set for a long two. Got it. 33-4.
Fifth point of the night for Willow Thompson.
Full timeout, WC. Back after this.
Yeah.
Out of the timeout, 33-4. Vikings lead it, Brino.
As usual, the real show's unfortunately off the air. When we share our wisdom with each other.
Yeah. Hey, we're undefeated this year up here on the radio, in case nobody knew that.
Brianna Hunter is going to try to drive baseline, get stopped. She's going to back up, and Beth Graber's going to be on the rebound, and they've got Ava running the floor, but they're not going to get it to her.
Willow's got it on the right side. Yeah, I mentioned WC has kind of gotten hip to Ava. Now, middle of the lane, Bledsoe, no good. Ava going to pick it up, no good. Rebounded by WC.
Missing a lot of opportunities. These are baskets again as we move into a real tough portion of our schedule coming up and then into sectional play. We've got to convert those offensive rebounds.
And now WC going to be fouled, and they'll go to the line to shoot two.
It's going to be Maya Klein. She's pretty much involved in about every play. She's around the ball all the time.
So Klein will have two shots. He does it all for these Lady Cardinals. Going to leave that one short, though. She'll have one more.
Pretty good start to the game. I think this is going to be the first substitution maybe by WC. That's going to be Grace Drew checking in, but
second one by Klein is good, so 33-5. Colleen going to cross the timeline. Over to Beth.
Thought about going inside to Ava there.
Colleen going to turn the corner. Wanted to pull up, couldn't do it. And Willow. Now Ava's got it middle of the lane. She's going to turn and travel. And once again, Brian Emmons, the Vikings did not, if you drew an imaginary line from basket to basket and cut the court in half that way, the Vikings had a 30-second possession where the ball didn't come across the left side of that imaginary line.
The only person moving right now, almost, with the exception of maybe one person flashing, is the person with the ball. There's just not much movement.
And that's where is WC going to get inside, going to miss a shot, no good. And I know it's a 33-5 game, but here's part two of that. We know in the sectional, Vincent Gervais is going to play zone against us. They played 32 minutes of zone earlier in the season. And this is the time that if you are unsure to figure it out.
Yeah, and one of the Achilles heels of this team, and it leads to a lot of other problems, lack of rebounding, turnovers, is our lack of movement. And when we don't have movement, lots of bad things follow. So
there's your 3 seconds in the lane as Hannah Bledsoe went inside the block and outside the block. And that was basically the extent of the movement right there. And you're going to get a 3-second call.
And they did. Did you watch any of the football game last night? I turned it on and it was already.
Still, it was 74-7.
Yeah, I turned it on. There's a three-pointer by Hunter.
33-8.
But I turned it on and it was. I think at the time it was only, 14, whatever. But I watched about 3 minutes of it and there was no doubt where that baby was heading.
Yeah, there was no stopping that runaway train last night. And Colleen got behind everybody but missed the layup. Liv wanted the three, couldn't take it. There's Brunson inside, left hand. That one rolls in. 35-8.
I gave up on it. I quit watching. Did Georgia ever punt?
I don't know.
I know they scored on their first, 5 possessions.
Yeah, I knew at one point they had as many points as offensive plays. All going to be tied up.
That's hard to do.
Shot up, no good. Hannah going to grab it. Here comes Bar-Eve ahead of everybody. Good hustle by Willow Thompson, but another missed layup. The Vikes have hurt themselves there tonight.
I think that's the 4th or 5th pretty much wide open layup that the Lady Vikings have missed. I don't want to paint the picture we're not playing well. We're winning the game. We're going to win the game, but just those little mental things that we've got to get sharper, and I know it's tough in a game like this.
Yeah, you're right on that. Bledsoe with it.
Well, it was a great college football season. I hate for it to be so non-competitive like that to end it, but, football is going to be a turnover. Colleen trying to get it into Hannah. Football is all about matchups, especially when you get to that level, and despite the fact that a team can be really good, sometimes they don't match up well, and last night was a pretty good example of that.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I saw something last night. It was a prediction that when they do expand to 12 teams, there will be a point very quickly where the Final Four is made up entirely of SEC teams.
Well, yeah.
It's coming. Get ready for it.
Yeah.
And WC down and lays it up and in, 35-10.
That's 5th point for Hunter here in the second half, and Bar-Eve just not moving their feet on defense there. Hunter went right around it.
Liv's got it. Liv Emmons, Eminette, Grace Butcher, Hannah Bledsoe, Brunson.
Good to see Grace getting some time.
Baseline jumper, she got one to go, 37-10.
Grace new to the sport, hadn't played a whole lot this year. I think she did have one other basket. I think that's her second basket of the year, but good to see her getting some time. And I tell you, that's a player that Coach Higgins wishes had come out 3 years ago, because I think she could really help this team.
Yeah, good athlete. heading to Indiana Tech to play softball in college. He's got it in the corner. Over to Emma.
A little better ball movement here by the Lady Vikings.
There's Bledsoe, middle of the lane, got another one, 39-10.
That was Grace Butcher on the assist there. Nice bounce pass into Hannah.
Pretty basic. So WC back on offense. Vikings in command here. Klein going to turn the corner. Her shot no good. Hannah going to stretch those long arms out and go grab it. So Liv's got it on the right side. We're coming up on 20 at least. Ball going to be poked out of bounds. Bar Eve will get it in front of their bench. But all Vikings here tonight. 16.9 left here in the third quarter. Liv going to bring it across the timeline. Coming up on 10.
I think they're going to try to get Liv for a three here. Grace get it over to her. That was a pass to Hannah. No good. Good
Time
pass.
runs out, and that's going to do it. 39-10 Vikings. Back in 1 minute. Fourth quarter action. WC going to pick one off.
Lack of movement again. Lack of movement by the Lady Vikings.
And what you see if you're watching it is you've got a baseline runner, and then somebody just kind of flashing into the lane, and everybody and your guards are just stationary.
I know. I mean, listen. I'm not Mike Krzyzewski here, but in a 2-3 zone, you have to penetrate the seams.
Yeah. Go ahead, Coach.
And bring two people to you, and automatically, just like that, someone's open. And that's all you have to do. And look one way past the other. Use ball fakes. And we're just not doing it, and we haven't done it against these zones all year.
39-11. Well, and you've got to make, zones, I think, as Emma going to go over the top to Ellie. Ellie going to turn the corner. She's cut off. Wild shot, no good. Rebounded by WC. Here comes Klein. And she's going to miss the layup. Liv going to grab it. No, you've got to make the zones change shapes and sizes.
Exactly.
And what happens when you penetrate those seams like you're talking about is that zone shrinks.
Right. Exactly.
And right now it is easy. If you're playing this zone defense, that turnover, that pass is easy to catch.
Yeah, when you don't put any pressure on the defense whatsoever, it's awfully, awfully easy. And that's something that, and listen, Coach Higgins knows basketball. She's going to see the same thing we're seeing, and she's going to hear what we say when she sees it probably. But we're not basketball geniuses here sharing something that not everybody knows. It's just getting your kids to do it can be a little difficult.
Epps got it. Ellie. Grace. Another pass picked off. Here comes WC. So we're coming up on 6 minutes, 39-11. All Vikings here tonight. Doesn't look like WC's in any hurry either.
No, they're going to just dribble it. Now Hunter's going to drive. She's going to shoot and miss. WC on the rebound. Block shot by Grace Butcher. One-handed shot by Tara Vertus for the basket.
It's 39-13. Liv going to set for one from the corner. Got one. That's another Cash for Kendall three-point basket. Hands up. 42-13.
Yeah. Liv got her hand up that time. Now look, my whole family now knows that I just went down there and did my signal to Liv, just to peek behind the Emmons curtain. My daughter's played a lot of basketball since the third grade, and when she starts missing shots, you can almost guarantee you her release point is down closer to her mouth than her forehead. And when she gets it up top, magically, that ball starts going in.
It is magic. Ball going to be cut off for just a second. Now WC on the inbounds. Now Ellie going to pick it up. Good job by Ellie. Here comes Laney. Laney Graber across the timeline. And Liv going to pick it up. I think Laney thought Liv was going to be right up there. Liv was kind of cutting to the wing or maybe headed to the corner. Ellie on the right side.
Good job. Now there you go. Penetrated the seam, brought a couple of people to her. Didn't have anybody cutting to the basket, but that's a much better job there by Ellie.
Liv's got it. Back to Laney. Laney going to set for a long one. Get in there.
Get out of the way.
That's another Cash for Kendall three. 45-13.
Thanks to the Madisons. Heather and Dr. Madison for sponsoring that tonight for the girls and the boys game. So hopefully you'll hear their name a lot.
Vikings late to rotate on defense, and Klein going to go to the free throw line to shoot two more.
When I worked for Autocar, I flew to California every week. Indiana, and my office was on American Airlines, and a guy that I work closely with out there named Barry Torgerson looks exactly like that referee. Every year I send Barry a picture and say, well, you're back to refereeing a game.
So you're saying he is official Paul Arvin's doppelganger.
Well, I tell you what, pretty close, and I'm about to show you while we're.
Klein gets 1 out of 2, 45-14.
You tell me.
Okay, that's pretty close. That's pretty close. I gotta send that to Paul later tonight. Laney going to set for another one. That one going to bank long. Willow going to pick it up though. Out to Ellie in the right corner. She's cut off.
And as you get down below the shoulders, it's very similar as well.
So Gracie back to Laney.
4 minutes left.
And
Good
there's
pass.
Grace, middle of the lane, got a little jumper. That's 4 points for Grace Butcher.
A new career high for Grace.
Yeah, I would think so. Now ball going to be thrown away. Here comes Mari with it. And Willow, middle of the lane. Laney wanted to set for a three, couldn't do it. Willow going to take it back. Klein wanted to pick it off. Here comes Ellie. She's cut off.
This is a good opportunity to get Ellie some playing time. She hasn't played much here in the last month, and there we go, right on cue. She hits a long two.
And it's 49-14.
Now, I'm not going to brag again how smart you and I are, but have you noticed how much more we're moving? And guess what? We start scoring again.
Yeah, it's amazing. That ball going to be tapped out of bounds.
It looks like probably going to go to the bench here.
Well, look at it. Look what the cat drug in, Brino.
Hey, looky there. You still playing basketball?
The golden child is hit press row, Brino.
The perennial point guard, Jalen Mullen, come up here to say hello.
Ball going to be, there's Brunson with it. Shot out like a cannon. And Brunson going to be fouled, and she'll go to the line. Actually, I think they'll call that on the floor.
North Davis have a team this year? I haven't heard anything about them.
I don't think he heard you. You may have to.
I said North Davis have a team this year? I haven't heard anything about you guys. Yeah, I got you. Mariah Brunson going to go to the free throw line. She is, of course, shooting at a 56% clip this year. Misses her first one, so I will almost guarantee you, Deco,
that this one's going in.
That this one's going in at 56%. The numbers never lie.
So one more coming for Bruntz. Her second one, also good. There's 50-14.
Looks like Kennedy Sennett has checked into the ball game, and Josie Knepp, and that may be their first varsity action of their careers.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I don't know if they've been in just for a little bit, but runner-up, no good. Ball tapped around, and it's going to be Maury basketball.
Those two have led the JV in scoring. When we're actually able to have a JV game, they have led the the team in scoring. I think pretty close to every game. Emma's been in there a little bit too.
Jalen, who the Cougars have this weekend? White River Valley tomorrow, and Shakamak on Friday night. So
it sounds very familiar.
Yeah, sounds familiar. It's a SWIAC weekend. Josie in the middle of the lane. Grace Butcher, another baseline jumper. That one's short, but Sennett going to grab it. She's going to leave it short, and there's going to be a tie-up. Foul going to be called on the floor.
Clock is running now that it's 50-14. Across that 35-point threshold.
So I'm looking down and seeing some of the Mullen clan on the sideline. That's Sennett got fouled. But now Jalen will have a cousin playing for the Washington Catholic Cardinals tonight. So in the boys' game.
Okay.
So Sennett, 2 shots, 55.4. That one going to roll off, no good. Where's JPM at? Is he in the house? He is not in the house. Okay, I haven't seen him. Second one by Sennett is good, 51-14.
Sennett going to get in the scoring column for the first time in her career in a varsity basketball game. That's something she'll always remember.
So we're under a minute. Vikings going to win it. This will be win number 12 on the season, Brino.
Yeah, this one a little less in doubt than whatever I'm trying to say. We knew we were going to win this one early. The last 2 games they've been close, tight, pressure packed, and so it's probably good to have a game here where we're not going down to the last possession.
And yeah, they're just going to get subs in the game.
Number 14 is Kaylin Ariza, and number 4, was that 4? Yeah, number 4, Mariana Becerra checks in the game for the Lady Cardinals. Mariah Brunson going to fire a 3, and she's going to hit it.
And that's $10 more, cash for Kendall. Thanks to Travis and Heather Madison. It's 54-14. And the time is going to run out, and that is going to do it. But the Vikings win it tonight. 54-14, Bar Eden moves to 12-6 on the season. We are going to take a post-game timeout, and when we come back, we'll have all of tonight's final statistics, Bill Dobson Ford Tough Player of the Game, and more. 54-14, Vikings, back right after this. back at Bar Eve. Vikings win the girls' game here tonight, 54-14. Bar Eve now 12-6 on the season. Final stats tonight. Brian Emmons.
For the Washington Catholic Lady Cardinals, they were led in scoring by Brenna Herner. She had 6 points, all of those in the second half. 4 points for Maya Klein, and 1 point for Addie Talbert, 3 points for Tara Vertis. For your victorious Lady Vikings, they were led in scoring by Hannah Bledsoe, who had 9 points at halftime and a basket in the second half. 11 points. Had a lot of players get into the scoring column tonight. Next up was Mariah Brunson. She had 8 points, including, I think, her first three-pointer of the year there late in the game. And I'm just going to go down the list and instead of trying doing this in order. Ava Carter had 4. Beth Graber had 6 points on 2 3-pointers. Colleen Tramball had a 3 and a 2. She had 5 points. Willow Thompson, same thing, a 3 and a 2. She had 5. Liv Emmons hit a 3-pointer in the second half. She had 3 points. Emma Knepp had 2. Ellie Knepp had 2. Grace Butcher with 4 points. And Lainey Graber hit a 3-pointer for her 3 points. And then rounding out the scoring column, her first varsity point. So congratulations to Kennedy Sennett on that. Bar Eve 16-3, 31-4, 39-10. And then in the final, it was 54-14.
All right, a little bit of hardware to pass out. We've got the Bill Dobson 4-Tough Player of the Game. Tell us who you like. Tell us why.
Well, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give it to Grace Butcher tonight. She set a career high, couple of baskets. She had 2 assists coming off the bench, and Grace hadn't had an opportunity in her first year of basketball to play many minutes, and she played the most minutes she ever has tonight and did a lot of good things. So we're going to give that to Grace Butcher tonight as the Bill Dobson 4-Tough Player of the Game.
All right. Grace Butcher, tonight's Bill Dobson 4-Tough Player of the Game. And WC, the boys are now out on the floor. And we should mention tomorrow night, once again, Brian Emmons got a big and a special night here for Hagen Knepp.
Yeah, that'll be a nice evening to let the community come out and show their support for Hagen, and we wish him nothing but the best, because that's quite a procedure he's got going on, and I think you said it best. You know, if you don't like Hagen, you don't know him, and he's just a really good kid.
And you've got the kid sitting by us right here. One of his ended up being his arch rivals, but it was one of his first teammates. But Jalen and Hagen, for example, good friends. You talk about Peyton Bledsoe at Lagodi. Lots of great battles between those two, but good friends. And I think it says a lot about Hagen when you're friends with your biggest rivals.
Yeah, that's for sure. You don't ever hear anybody say anything to the negative. And I tell you, I could still remember when the legend of Hagen started, and that was on that steal and dunk up at now the Bobcat of Davies County tournament. And that's when people really started noticing at the varsity level what this guy could do, and he was something else. And he's going to take that attitude right into this next battle that he's got in front of him.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. So Bar Eve boys are out on the floor, and that's going to wrap it up, at least on the girls' side. So we're going to play a little music on the radio side, on the Bar Eve media and live stream side. We're going to turn the sound down here for just a little bit and take a short break. And when we come back, we'll be joined by Bar Eve Principal Jeff Doyle, and it'll be the boys' game. So stay tuned for that. Bar Eve and WC the boys. The girls win it today, 54-14. Closing thoughts, Brian Emmons?
We were a little critical of the Lady Vikings movement at times, but this was a game that they got some work in, did some things differently that they wanted to try, and they did what they came out here to do, got the win. And
that's going to be what really counts. So 12-6 are the Lady Vikings. Big game on Thursday night. Heck, Brian, we haven't even talked about that. Big ball game on Thursday night.
Yeah, Northeast DuBois playing some great basketball. They're big, they're physical. They're going to pressure us all over the basketball floor, so we're going to have to be ready to go. It's going to be a big one.
Yeah, going to be a big one. Should be a lot of fun. We'll have all of that for you. We'll hit the air about 7:15 on Thursday night down in DuBois. So for Brian Emmons, I'm Mike DeCourcy. Lady Vikes win at 54-14. We'll be back for the girls right after this.
Travis Madison for stepping up and doing both games tonight. Cash for Kendall. And, that's Coach Dr. Madison. This is his his alumni school. So, still willing to be philanthropist there and, give some money out. So we love that.
Yeah, we certainly do. And I was working through some technical things, but I know the girls hit several. And, 5 or 6, I believe, was the final total. So hopefully the boys will have a big night here tonight. More importantly than that, I think, Jeff, the last week, especially the last 6 quarters of basketball, really, you can say that, these young Vikings, playing probably their best of the season. I know the competition wasn't otherworldly up at the Greene County Invitational, but a lot of times, you have to play who's in front of you. And, we've already talked about Jalen Mullen sitting to our right, came to watch his sister Colleen play. He's going to stay and watch a little bit of the boys' game. But, the Cougars this week, who do they play? Shakamak and White River Valley on the road. So sometimes you just have to play who's in front of you.
Exactly. And, and these guys need some confidence. It's been an up and down season. They win one, they lose one, and kind of that way. So chance for a 3-game winning streak tonight. Or actually, it'd be 3-game winning streak.
Yep.
And, the defensive effort, that has been just so good to see. But then what we saw in the Greene County tournament there in the second half and then in the championship game where we started to find our footing offensively. And let's see if we can continue that. You got a blue chip conference matchup tonight, and then you have a chance Friday night, another blue chip conference where you're playing the leader in the conference standings. So 2 big tests in front of the Vikings.
All right, we are just about ready for game time. Literally every member of the Bar Eve Choir, junior high and high school, is performing the national anthem tonight, Jeffrey. This is very impressive. So on the radio side, we're going to take a timeout. We'll be back for the starting lineups and the opening tip right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand? Gentlemen, please remove your hats. At this time, Father Sadaka, pastor of St. Peter Catholic Church here in Montgomery, will ask a blessing for our gathering here this evening.
Let's bow our heads for the prayer. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Good and gracious Lord, thank you for this precious time. We have all
And back at Bar Reeve, had to cut in live for that. Jeffrey, that was amazing. I looked down at the door, and we started seeing choir students come in, and I didn't know if they were ever going to stop.
Yeah, it's nearly half our high school, middle school is in chorus, so it's a class that everybody wants to take, and we got a lot of talented kids, so they sounded phenomenal. And I know credit to Mrs. Mosby, they took some time during homeroom yesterday. You know, if she's going to do something, she's going to do it right, and she's got some kids that want to show their talents off, and kudos to them. They sounded wonderful tonight.
Yeah, they were absolutely outstanding. Starters being introduced right now for Washington Catholic. They're going to go this way here tonight. Starting at a guard position, as you hear Albert Cavanaugh say in the background, Will Bassler. He's a senior guard. And Isaac Culver going to start at another guard position. Justin Sipes, another guard. He wears number 14.
At a forward position, number 24,
Eli Mullen starting at a forward position. And at another forward position, it's Brady Harder for the Washington Catholic Cardinals. And they are coached by Billy Nolly. Starters getting ready to be introduced for the Vikings. And a nice crowd on a Tuesday night.
Now, Viking fans and guests, let's meet the starting lineup of our Barbie Vikings. Starting at the center position, number 52, a junior, Evan Weber. Starting at forward position, number 42, a junior, Donnie Miller. Starting at a guard position, number 20, a sophomore, Landon Miller. Starting at a guard position, a sophomore, number 24, Seth Whitewater. And starting at a guard position, number 30, a junior, Brayden Knapp. And the Ranger, the Viking team, the Vikings are coached by Josh Thompson and his fifth-year guard, assisted by Steve Scott, Craig Knapp, and Robert Sullivan. Tonight's sponsor, the Cats for Kendall Viking Club Scholarship Program, is Dr. Travis Heather Madison and family.
It's almost as loud.
I think we had a contest there, Jeff Doyle, between Travis Madison and Albert Cavanaugh. Who could turn it up more? Jeff is up, controlled by the Vikings.
And I don't know who won.
And Maury going to have the first possession. Looks like WC going to start zone. Donnie Miller on the right baseline, Washington Catholic. So for the Vikes, Landon Miller, Seth Wagler, Braden Knapp, Evan Waymeyer, Donnie Miller.
The Vikings haven't faced a zone in a while, so this is some good experience for them.
Seth's got it. Braden now in the left corner. He's going to set for a long one. That's going to bounce long, but Donnie going to run it down. Bar-Eve going to reset. Waymeyer in the post. He's going to lay it up. No good, but he'll go to the line to shoot two.
He'll get a foul. It was a good move by Evan. The only thing I would say is he should have gone more towards the rim, and he was fading away from it, so that's probably a play he needs to get a three-point play on, but I did like it that he kept it high. You know, there was a couple times Saturday when they came in and they tied him up.
And that was one of the things Coach Thompson talked about today when we were talking about the game in the weekend. Is Evan going to get the first one? Is Evan has a tendency sometimes to make himself small as a post player, and you don't want to make yourself small when you've got it on the right block.
Well, and especially after that, was it the Eastern Green game? He came up with 15 points and really showed a lot of improvement in. And sometimes it's almost like you need to show him that game over and what he did so well there. But Evan gets 1 of 2 free throws there. The one thing you can say about Evan, though, tonight or this season, he's been there defensively the whole year and has done a really good job manning our defense down low.
Yeah. So WC with their first possession. Vikings with a point. Now WC going to get to the rim, but shot going to be missed. That was contested. Here comes Landon Miller. Over to Seth Wagler. Donnie in the left corner. He's going to set for a long one. In and out, no good. Waymeyer going to pick it up. He's going to be fouled on the floor. Barry will get it on the baseline again.
Yeah, 2 offensive rebounds already for Evan Waymeyer. Good look for Donnie Miller. Couldn't get it in the corner. Both threes have been in the corners, the opposite corners. Barry will have it underneath their own bucket.
On the inbounds, not a great pass. I think Landon was expecting Evan to release, but Barry going to retrieve it. So 1-0 Vikes, just a minute gone. Barry's second offensive possession here. Donnie going to set for a long one. And that one rolls in and out, but Evan going to pick it up. And shot no good. Here comes WC. Washington Catholic with it. Barry man-to-man on defense. Bassler's got it. Working on Seth Wagler. He's going to pull. Long triple. No good, but offensive rebound by Mullen. He's going to work on Donnie. Down on the baseline, he's going to be fouled. And he's going to go to the line looking to complete the three-point play.
Yeah, nice job of getting inside position, and then he got the ball on the block and just kind of powered his way inside. So a nice move there for Mullen. Chance for a three-point play.
They're going to get that on Donnie Miller. And the free throw going to bounce long. Here comes Barim on the rebound. Donnie, Seth. Over to Braden. Braden trying to get down the lane. Back to Donnie. Donnie going to set for another long one. That one long. So Donnie, who was so hot last week in the Greene County tournament, 0 for 3 here to start.
Every shot, he's been in rhythm, took his time, so those are shots he needs to continue to take. I felt Barry's energy was a little bit better on that offensive possession. The first couple of them, seems like they were just a step slower too, but there we get beat on a cut. And they're going to get called for traveling, but Coach Thompson's not going to like that defensive effort.
So Barry going to get it on the baseline. 2-1 Washington Catholic. Likes cold to start here.
And we're going to see zone as long as we continue to miss these three-pointers. So we're 0 for 4 on the night.
Seth over to Landon. Braden's got it on the right corner. Landon's got it near the top of the key. There's Seth Wagler down on the baseline. He's going to go off the glass, just overpowered everybody. 3-2 Vikings.
Yeah, Seth did a good job just taking his time. It was a good pass from Landon Miller. Good execution. We didn't settle for a 3 there. And turnover, it's going to be a jump ball. Go back to WC.
So Washington Catholic will get it. And they'll have about 60 feet to go right in front of the Cardinal bench. Here comes Washington Catholic with it. They're going to split the little run and jump. Now Mullen, he's stuck for just a second. Ball going to be on the floor. Another tie-up. Possession arrow back to Barry.
So nice job there, Barry, really contesting the reversal pass, getting out in the passing lanes. WC tried to go back door and able to tie him up. WC going to stay in this 2-3 zone.
Seth Wagler going to drive down the left side off the glass. He's going to leave it short, but Evan going to pick it up and lay it in. 5-2.
Yeah, good job by Evan. He kept the ball really high that time, and we got a timeout, and the referee coming over talking to the Washington Catholic coach. I don't think he's real happy with him, trying to explain something. You don't see that too often. There wasn't a dead ball, and the referee just blew his whistle, so I think he maybe wanted to make a point there.
Mike's going to set their pressure up. And Seth Wagler going to grab it. Braden Knepp going to set for a long one. Boy, that missed everything. That doesn't happen very often. Barry going to reset. Braden, who also had a good week last week against White River Valley and Shakamak. Seth trying to get down the lane. He does. Lays it up. And he'll go to the line looking to complete the three-point play.
Yeah, nice job there by Seth penetrating. Right now we're 0-5 from the three-point line against the zone. Yeah, that three-point shot's going to be there, and you're going to have to take it some, but we can't just fall in love with it because there's other things we can do to exploit this zone. And Seth doing a nice job looking for his 5th point on the night.
Seth's free throw to complete the three-point play is good, so 8-2 Vikings. Now Barry going to get back in that pressure. Bassler's got it. Going to skip it across the floor. Ball going to be on the floor. Yeah, they're going to get a foul on Seth. Just a little nickel dimer, but enough contact to get a foul called on himself.
Yeah, I like the pressure. I just think if we continue to get in the right spots, I think we're going to produce some turnovers, maybe get some easy buckets off of it.
Quick three off of the inbounds, no good. Evan going to grab it, get it off to Seth. Here comes Wagler, sophomore. He's going to step back for a long one, in and out, no good again. The Vikings unable to make shots from deep so far.
But that one was in and out, and, just sometimes these rims are just not the most forgiving. You got to hit it pure, and Seth hit a little bit of the front rim. Looked like it was still going to go down, just popped out.
Vikes back in that full court pressure, little diamond press, ball on the floor, and it's going to be Bari basketball.
And Jalen's grandparents almost got taken out on that play, so nice job of Brenda ducking over there.
Yeah, Brenda Sue will protect anybody, anywhere, anytime.
I don't know if she got in front of Pat, though, so I think she was just protecting herself.
She stuck the arm out. Yes, Jalen says his grandpa wasn't aware. So 8-2, Vikings lead it. Just over halfway gone, first quarter. Braden going to set for another long one. There we go. That's a Cash for Kendall three.
Start paying up, Dr. Madison.
That's right. And full timeout by WC. We will go ahead and take one. 3:24 left, first quarter. 11-2 Vikings. Back after this. (11-2) Bar Reeve leads it out of the timeout. It'll be Washington Catholic basketball. WC will go length of the floor. Bar Reeve just mixing up a little pressure here. Just going to pick up man-to-man, it looks like.
And right now, Bar Reeve on a 10-0 run. WC had a 2-1 lead. Now they've stretched that to 11-2. Here comes a little run and jump.
And they do that to Bassler at half court. Mullins got it now, so WC wiggles out of it. They're going to take a long one. Got it. 11-5.
Yeah, we just didn't do a good job rotating there, but credit WC swinging the ball, and that was Justin Sipes knocking down the three-pointer. Cuts it to 11-5.
So Landon with it. Over to Donnie now. Landon's got it back. Vikings trying to get organized right here. Donnie Miller out to Braden. He's going to set for another long one. Got it back-to-back. 14-5. $10 more to Cash for Kendall.
Nice job making the extra pass. Braden, I believe, 2 for 4 on the night from 3. 6 points for him.
And WC with it. Now trailing by 9. 2.5 left. WC going to be cut off. Bassler, little rocker step. He's going to flip it over. Now WC going to get organized right here. Washington Catholic also in sectional 63. Jeffrey, ball on the floor.
There's another tie-up. Goes back to WC.
Yep, alternating possession back to Washington Catholic. But no, this is a potential sectional foe, Jeffrey.
Well, I remember 2 years ago when the Vikings won the state. We had to play WC in a first-round game, and they shut the lights out. I mean, it was forecasted to be a wide margin, and they did a nice job of just really competing in a spot where they were playing an outstanding team. So, in this blue chip conference, they're going to give us a good battle. Nice move there by number 12 as he gets a lefty running layup, and that was Isaac Coulter. Gets his first 2 points.
It's 14-7. Donnie's got it on the right side. Over to Braden. Braden near the top of the key, out to Seth. He tried to get down lane, now he couldn't. Now Braden on the baseline, going to pull up. His jumper long, but Donnie going to run it down. Ethan Stahl just in the game. He's going to set for one. No good, but Seth going to grab that offensive rebound. Going up, left hand, rolls it in, 16-7.
Yeah, that's 7 points for Seth Weigler, just muscling it up. Good rebound.
Vikes lead it by 9.
There's a pickoff by Seth.
He's just a little step-in move, lays it up and in. 18-7. Sabari now with an 11-point lead. A little more run and jump pressure. Braden going to pick one off. And he's going to lay it up, lay it in. 20-7. Timeout. This time a 30 by Washington Catholic, and we'll take another one. Minute left here in the opening quarter, 20-7. Back in 30 seconds.
The Vikings are working hard.
To 7. Vikings lead it here. Minute left in the opening quarter, Jeffrey.
Yeah, as WC came within 11-5. Now Barry's gone on a 9-2 run to get it out to 13. That's the second timeout of the night for Washington Catholic. We're just in the first quarter, so Barry coming out, and now their defensive pressure really starting to cause some problems for the Cardinals.
Sabari man-to-man. And Donnie Miller really, he's going to take it away, and here comes Donnie.
Good pass to Ethan.
Yeah, and that's going to be a charging foul on Ethan Stahl.
And that one, Donnie might have been better just to kind of fake the pass and go up and lay it up.
Little step in.
Because the WC player never did commit. And I know he's trying to make the unselfish play, but you got to read that defender. I think, and what Seth did last time, he had the chance going 3-on-1, and he just took it himself. So just read the defense there, but nonetheless, good defensive effort by Donnie, but good play there by Washington Catholic, taking a charge.
Now a little more run and jump action. 3 up, no good. Donnie going to grab it. Here comes Bar Eve. 30 seconds left in the quarter. And Coach Thompson says one shot. Get the last one here of quarter number 1. Washington Catholic. I'm gonna call that a 1-2-2, a 3-2. What
yeah, I would call it a 3-2, but they're going to come out and trap in it. They're going to do that. Flash somebody middle and let's get a layup. Let's go 2-on-1.
Landon with it.
We better go. There's 5 seconds. We just throw the ball away. Just not good execution there, but credit WC switching defense. It caused us problems. We can never get into our set.
So 3.8. Washington Catholic will have to go length of the floor. There they're going to get it inbounds. Ball going to be deflected. Now they're going to throw it. Time's going to run out, and that's going to do it. 20-7. Bar Eve leads it after a quarter. Back Bar Eve High School after this 1-minute timeout.
Hours 4 to 7 p.m. Thursday.
Back at Bar Eve, 20-7. Jeffrey, you like the streamlined operation here? I haven't taken all this stuff back, but this morning myself, the great Cody Cummings, during our media class, we came in here and kind of streamlined everything. So
So we're on on YouTube right now,
We are-
and okay, I don't have to wear this extra microphone.
No,
I
we do
love
not.
this. This is awesome.
we do not look like air traffic controllers. So 20-7. Ari with the opening possession. Ball going to be poked away. And there's Bassler. He's going to lay it up and in.
Yeah, just 2 straight possessions where Bari just not very disciplined with the ball there, and nice credit Basler. Will Basler gets his first 2 points of the night.
So Braden's got it. Donnie Miller down the lane. He's going to pull up. Little jumper. Got it to go.
Yeah, nice jump stop in the lane for Donnie. Gets his first points of the night. He's coming off a career high 23.
So now WC going to break the Bar Eve pressure. Now they're going to be stuck on the baseline. They're going to wiggle out. Maybe, yeah, they're going to get the double dribble right there. And I should mention, got this from Brian Emmons just now, 7 made three-point baskets for the girls tonight.
Okay, so we're up to $90 for Travis and Heather Madison.
Okay.
I'd like to double that, maybe get it around 180, maybe even 200, but we'll see how that goes. First of all, let's just get to 100. Let's get one on this possession.
So Donnie's got it. Over to Braden. Carson Boyd in the game. Seth Wagler. Kendall Graber into the game. Ball going to be skipped over. Donnie going to set for another one. In and out, no good again, but Kendall going to grab it. Carson with it. Seth Wagler. Braden. Seth again on the left side. 22-9. Braden now with it. Vikings need to get the ball off of that side of the floor. And there you go. There's Donnie in the middle of the lane. Going to miss it. Kendall going to grab it, and he's going to be fouled on the floor. So Bari will get it on the baseline.
Well, right now we just have 4 guys around the perimeter. We're supposed to be having a little bit more cutting, but the cuts are kind of slow and just kind of going through the motions. We've got to get that ball moving quicker and get something in the middle. Once we do that, we get a 2-on-1, and we're having some success. So Evan Waymeyer back in the game. Donnie up top. Let's see if he can get this one. Nope, that's going to be long. Evan try to tip it out.
So WC with the basketball. 22-9. Almost 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Ball on the floor. Braden going to lose it. And WC going to get it back.
Well, in this next possession, Braden's hit his last 2 threes. You got it. He's the leading scorer. You need to let him touch it and see if he can get a shot off, even if it's not a 3. Nice hustle, and there's Donnie on the breakaway. Should lay it in.
And he does. 24-9. Good job. When your biggest guy is not afraid to dive on the floor, Jeffrey, that's a good sign, and that's what Evan Waymeyer
Every
did.
one of these Vikings will dive on the floor. There's going to be the 3rd timeout for Washington Catholic, so
We'll go ahead and take one. 5:47, second quarter, 24-9 Vikes. Back in 30 seconds. All right, back at Bar Eve, 24-9. It'll be Washington Catholic basketball out of the timeout.
yes, it will. So Barry's going to fall back man-to-man. Actually, maybe some zone.
And Washington Catholic just going to lose it out of bounds. No pressure right there. Just I think they were trying to look and pass ahead before they caught the first pass, Jeffrey.
Yeah, so good job of Coach Thompson switching defenses.
Braden.
There's Donnie. Get in there, Donnie.
In
And
and
no.
out again. I mean, he's had 3 of them just go down and out. Now, WC with the basketball. And they are going to throw it out of bounds again. So,
And that almost got Pat Mullen time too.
if
So
I was Pat Mullen, I would look for
I would move.
different place to sit. Ethan Stahl in. Carson Boyd going to take a break. Ari with it again in a 15-point lead.
WC has made a different adjustment as they've dropped a guy in the lane. Seth with a long two, no good. And WC gets it. And right now we're just falling in love with that three, which I know it's there. That's kind of the hard thing against the zone is that you can get anything. But, you know, let's maybe get a little bit more movement, get a slash in the paint.
And it happened in the girls' game, too, where it was just so easy to sit back and when you're wide open. And it's almost like you're not even shooting them at game speed sometimes, Jeffrey.
Right, and, you know, this is a performance where you want to get some momentum going towards Friday night. You want to take care of business right now. You get that 15-point lead, but you want to feel good about yourself. So you got 4.5 minutes before halftime. Let's see if we can ramp it up a little bit because right now we've only scored 4 points in about a half a quarter.
Yeah.
And there's been plenty of offensive possessions, and this is something that's happened to us at times this year where we have these laws. And there's Braden on the back door. So let's get it to the strong side, see if we can dive a guy on the weak side. We may be able to get a 2-on-1, get a layup.
So on the inbound, Seth Wagler, Donnie, Ethan Stahl. Over to Braden on the right side. Little high-low. Waymeyer going to have his first one deflected and lays the second one in, but you talk about those tight rims, Jeffrey. Almost popped out, 26.
Well, and I think Evan trying to pad his rebounding stats there. There's a steal, and Donnie gets fouled, doesn't get the go. And just kidding only, but nice pass there from Ethan Stahl to Evan, and he missed the first one, got the rebound. Then Bar-Eve steals the out-of-bounds pass, and Donnie Miller goes to the line. He's got 4 points on the night, looking for 0.5 and 6. Well, and the clock is still running. And they finally get that stopped.
Donnie's free throw is long. He'll have one more.
And let's see if they're going to put it. Yep, they put 6 seconds back on the clock.
Went from 3:36 to 3:42.
See if Donnie can hit this free throw. Get a little bit of confidence. Nope, just not a lot of arch on that shot tonight.
But the Vikings grabbed their own offense.
And he traveled there.
Bar-Eve back on defense.
And if you're Donnie, he played really well this past weekend. He can't press, and that's the thing you're going to do when you just can't hit your shot and miss a couple free throws, turn it over. So there's a lot of other ways he can affect the game.
WC going to cross the timeline, 26-9 Vikings. Ball going to be on the floor, but WC going to pick it back up. Now they're going to try to reset. Ari man-to-man on defense here. Little pressure, little run and jumping. We've pressed a little bit, Jeffrey, but nothing really in the half court.
No, kind of playing it straight up. So they get the ball down low to Mullen. He's trying to power it up. There's a three. No good. And loose ball, and it's going to go Bari's ways. They're going to say number 12, Isaac Halter, fouled. Let's see if Carson Boyd can hunt himself a three-pointer right now. He's in this corner, and doesn't seem like WC's got out on the corner shooters too much.
26-9, Vikings with the lead in the ball. Carson with it on the right side, going to skip it over to Seth. Seth back to Carson. He's going to set for one. Short. Barry going to run it down again. Ethan Stahl, Seth. Ethan now with it at the top of the key. This game has ground to a halt, Jeff Doyle.
Yeah, it has.
I don't know how else to say.
There's not a lot of movement. There's Carson there. He did good penetration, gets Kendall Graber. And that we finally exposed the zone, dribbled the gap, made them come at us. That created the 2-on-1. Nice drop-down pass. Good job, Carson Boyd there.
WC going to try to break some pressure. Mullen going to lay it up and in. 28-11. Carson going to set for one from the corner. Miss everything. Now WC going to try to save it.
That's 4 points for Eli Mullen on the night. He leads the Cardinals. Isaac Madison in the game for Seth Wagler. This lead's got to 17. See what the ball movement looks like this time.
So Ethan's got it. Ethan Stahl, Donnie Miller, Kendall Graber, Isaac Madison, Carson Boyd on the floor for the Vikes. And Ethan Stahl got hit, and he'll go to the line to shoot two with a minute 19.
Yeah, Isaac Halter with the foul there. Bar Reeve just 2 of 5 on the night from the free throw line.
And make that 2 of 6. And no other way to put it, it's been poor shooting tonight.
Yeah, it has, and it resembles, a Tuesday night game where you're just, you want to do it, and he misses the next one, 2 of 7.
And we got an offensive rebound right there, and that's awesome. As Donnie going to grab it. Ethan now with it in the right corner. We're not going to get offensive rebounds off missed free throws on Friday night.
No, and there we go. We penetrate the zone, and we get a layup again for Kendall Graber. So we need to see more of that. Kendall gets his 4th point. Get another steal. There's Carson in the corner for a 3. Bingo. There we go. There's a little bit of a run.
33-11. It's a 22-point lead. Vikes now lead it by 22, 33-11. WC with it. 40 seconds left.
And there's a double dribble. Nice job of speeding up WC. That was Jackson Halter who traveled.
So 33-11. Vikings coming up on 20 seconds. Ethan Stahl looking for Donnie. Ethan stuck again, out to Carson. We're coming up on 10.
Plenty of time. Let's get it reset, guys.
Donnie near the top of the key. Over to Ethan. He's going to set for a long one. Long. Rebound WC. Half over. And that's going to do it. 33-11 Vikings here at halftime. Halftime brought to you by Montgomery Medical. Back for all of the halftime show after this timeout. Back at halftime, 33-11. Vikings lead it. Halftime tonight brought to you by Montgomery Medical, located across the street from Bar Eve High School. Halftime statistics. Bar Eve principal Jeff Doyle.
Okay, for the Vikings, they're led by Seth Wagler. Seth had a strong first quarter, 9 points. He had them all in the first quarter. He did it on 4 2-pointers, and he had a 3-point play, hit the free throw, so 9 points for Seth. Good first half for him. Next up was Braden Knapp. Braden, all 8 of his points were in the first quarter. He had 2 threes and a 2-pointer for his 8 points. Next up was Evan Waymeyer. Evan with 5 points, 2 2-point field goals, 1 and 2 at the line, 5 points. Donnie Miller, 4 points on 2 2-point field goals, 0-2 at the line. Kendall Graber, some good contributions from Kendall there in the first half. 4 points for him. All came in the second quarter on the 2-point variety. And there at the end of the half, Carson Boyd hit a 3 for his 3 points. And Ethan Stahl was played, did not score, at 0-2 from the line. For Washington Catholic, they're led in scoring by Eli Mullen. Mullen with 2 2-point field goals, 0-1 on the line. Justin Sipes had a 3-pointer. Isaac Halter with 2 points. He had a field goal in the first quarter. Will Basler with a field goal for 2 points to round out the scoring for Washington Catholic. Quarter scoring, Bar Eve got out to a 20-7 first quarter lead. Second quarter, Bar Eve outscores Washington Catholic 13-4 for a 33-11 halftime advantage.
Well, what is Jeff Doyle? If you were the coach, what would we be talking about in the locker room?
I think you're talking about your pace of play on offense. I think the defense is fine. The effort is fine, but we're a step or 2 steps too slow. I just don't like the ball movement. The ball movement is slow. It's just catching and holding, passing the ball around the perimeter. When we get the ball into the lane and we drive gaps, and you can even drive gaps on the wings. We finally did that a little bit, and good things happen. We're going to have 3-pointers to shoot anytime we want, so let's just take great ones, but let's try to run a little bit of half-court offense against the zone and see what we can come up with, because if you just shoot all threes, Friday night, you're not going to go get the ball like you're getting it tonight. So I think you're talking about your offensive execution. See if we can come out and have a little bit more attention to detail.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Attention to detail is what the Vikings need. So 33-11, Bar Eve leads it here at halftime. Halftime brought to you by Montgomery Medical. We're going to take another timeout, and when we come back, second half action. Back right after this. Back for the second half. 33-11. Vikings with the lead, but a cold shooting first half, Jeffrey.
Yeah, it was, and give credit to Washington Catholic. They came out in the zone and just kind of dared us to shoot, and we kind of thought we kind of cured our outside shooting woes on the year, but tonight just cannot find the mark. So let's see what we can do this second half and see if we can pick up the intensity.
So Bar Eve with it. Or Washington Catholic with it. Bar Eve on defense. So the Cardinals with the first possession. Bar Eve man-to-man. And
there's a travel.
Nice.
Yep, nice job of Donnie. And Kendall Graber gets the start. Evan Waymeyer will start on the sidelines. Other starters are in there for Bar Eve. Washington Catholic going to stay in this 3-2 zone. Let's see if we got an answer to it.
And good shot on the baseline, but going to be short, and Kendall Graber going to grab it. He's going to be blocked, and WC going to come away with it. Bar Eve going to foul.
Yeah, I like the shot a lot more. We got the ball on the wing to Braden Knapp. He drove baseline, got about 7 feet away. That's a shot that Braden showed this year he can hit, just did not get it. Kendall got the rebound, but he got blocked on his shot attempt. Full court pressure for Bar Eve.
Bar Eve just a little man-to-man. Full court pressure. Ball going to be, WC going to pick it right back up. Landon almost knocked it away. Owens got it for the Cardinals. Kendall Graber out really making things difficult, but ball poked away from Bassler, but he's going to pick it back up. Donnie going to check him. Now Mullins got it. Going to hand it back to Bassler. And Donnie going to block his shot. So here comes Bar Eve.
See if we can get a reversal.
Donnie with it on the left wing.
Right here, you got to look for Brayton Knapp. You got your best three-point shooter, and Donnie does a good job. Kick out. Corner three, no good.
Ball poked away. WC going to pick it up. Here come the Cardinals with it. And foul going to be called on the floor. Going to say a blocking foul on Kendall.
And it'll be out underneath the bucket for Washington Catholic.
So on the inbounds, WC, a little curl screen. Three going to miss everything. Seth going to grab it. Here comes Seth Wagler. Braden on the baseline. And bad pass. Kendall going to pick it back up. Braden going to set for another long one.
There we go. There's the cash for Kendall. And that is the fourth three-pointer on the night, so that makes 11. So up to $110 raised for cash for Kendall. And that gets Braden Knapp be the first Viking in double figures with 11 points. We got a foul on Braden. And that looks like that will be his first on the night. 36-11. Lead gets up to 25.
And WC just traveled with it and got away with it. Did a defensive slide right in front of Coach Thompson.
Well, and that happened that Purdue game against Penn State.
Yeah.
Or Rutgers, and Rutgers gave Purdue one last shot.
Now
There's, Basler a three there. And here comes Seth. We got a 2-on-1. If he splits the middle, he kicks it out to Donnie. Come on, Donnie. Boom.
That's back
And
to
he
back.
hangs the net, too. So, hey, there's two in a row. Let's see if we can keep this going.
39-11. Vikes now lead it by 28.
And that's 5 cash for Kindles for the boys on the night. I still think $200 is in range. We need about 3 more this quarter.
We need to get hot. There's no doubt about it. Vikes by 28. Ball going to be on the floor. Washington Catholic looks like they're going to save it. No, they're not. Donnie Miller, get out of the way, Landon. Not that Landon was in the way.
Go over to Braden's side again. Kick out.
Seth's got it on the left wing. Landon. And there's Kendall. He's going to lay it up. Yeah, good officiating right there as I think in the college basketball, that'd be a flop warning.
And one thing that we may come into factor right now, 41-11, a 30-point lead. You get to 35, then you get the running clock. So 5 points away from that.
So WC with it. And Braden almost took it away, but he's going to get whistled for one. The Vikings, it's just man-to-man defense. They're picking up a little bit and guarding full court.
Coach Thompson giving Braden some instructions there as he picks up his second foul. Braden plays so hard on defense, but he's got to also remember, too, he can't pick up these cheap fouls, especially in a big game where we're going to need him out there for the whole 32 minutes. And he plays very hard. He plays really good defense, but he's a guy that we cannot get in foul trouble.
Bassler with it, working on Seth Wagler. He's going to cross the timeline. There's a little run and jump action. Donnie Miller going to take it away. Get it over to Seth. Seth going to lay it up, and it falls off. Donnie going to pick it back up. Over to Landon. Braden. Landon now. Donnie, middle of the lane. Little 12-footer. Got it.
Nice job of giving up a open shot and getting a better shot there.
Bassler quickly up the sideline. Going to be cut off. First 10 of the second half.
And that's 9 points for Donnie Miller as he approaches double figures. Good crossover there. A little bit short.
Shot going to be bothered. Here comes Bar-Eve. Donnie. Seth in the left corner. Seth looking inside. Kendall can't find him.
And Washington Catholic is aware of Braden Knapp. They're really shading his side.
Kendall going to set for a long one. Got it.
Kendall giving you some great minutes tonight. That's 9 points for Kendall Graber. Good pass there by Seth Wagler. Timeout. And we are at 35, so be running clock the rest of the way.
WC going to take it. We'll take one, too. 46-11, 3:25 left, third quarter. Back in 1 minute. Out of the timeout, Washington Catholic will have the basketball. 46-11 Vikes.
Yeah, nice run to start the half for Bar-Eve. As you said, as we went to break, 13-0 run to start the half. Kind of what, I'm sure that halftime speech was a little bit spirited, and Bar-Eve has responded. And we did talk about once you get to 35, it should be a running clock except for timeouts.
So Washington Catholic with it. Mullen. They are really trying to get Bassler the basketball. Long three is good.
And even though it goes under 35 points, it's still supposed to be a running clock.
Okay.
And which Basler was that? Was that 11?
No, that was number 14 on that made.
14, okay. That was Justin Sipes, his second three of the night.
Sipes has really done a nice job here tonight. Donnie got another one. 49-14, so back-to-back triples for Donnie.
Yeah, that's good for Donnie. Get that confidence back up. As he goes in the double figures with 12 points, he's leading the way right now.
WC on the baseline. Now Bar-Eve going to take it away. Kendall's got it.
Hits Braden. Go up with it, Braden. Nice job.
And Braden did a nice job playing off 2 feet right there. And you want to do it in a situation like that because you can get bumped, you can take a bad fall. There's all sorts of things, and he had the presence of mind to do that. kind of protect himself a little bit. Not that there was anything dirty going the other way, but just a little power move on the break, and good move by Braden.
Yep, absolutely. 13 points on the night for him.
Pull-up jumper, no good. Tapped around. Donnie going to run it down. Here comes Donnie Miller. Braden. Seth going to take a long one. That's wide, no good, but Kendall going to pick it up. Donnie now with it.
Oh.
Yeah.
On the skip to Braden. He's going to let one fly. Bingo.
Another cash for Kendall 3, 54-14. So
And that's 5 threes this quarter alone.
Okay, there we are.
We're up to 8, so 15 on the night. I said we need to get to 15 to have a chance, so
Okay.
let's get selfish and get one more this third quarter. And there's a charge, and good no call there. Nice move by number 12. Good sportsmanship as he helps Donnie up. That's Isaac Halter, his 4th point on the night.
4-16.
There's Braden, another 3. Bingo! And I see Dr. Madison looking at his wallet to see if he has enough money for this. So nice job there. That's 11 points on the quarter for Braden. That's his 5th 3-pointer on the night.
57-16. Little hesitation move by Bassler. Shot no good. Kendall with a rebound. Here comes Barry with it again. Seth sprints it into the front court. Braden open again. Yep, 60-16. And we're making the check out to Travis Madison. He won't look at us, Jeffrey.
Yep. And he's just kind of stoic over there, but I know he's more than happy to pay up on this one.
He is. There's no doubt about it.
And that's 6 3-pointers for Braden on the night. And he might not play the rest of the night after this quarter. I was going to ask what the all-time threes in a game is.
Well, it was Caden Graber last year in this game with 10 of them, I think.
That is right. That is right. Caden did have that many down at the Bird Cage, and we're going to have 3 subs coming in. Waymeyer, Isaac Madison, and that looks like Carson Boyd down there. As number 12, Isaac Halter with a couple free throws here. First one is up and no good. And if that's the end of the night for Braden, he'll finish with, it looks like maybe 22 points. Let's see, 8, 11, 13, 22 points on the night for Braden Knepp, with 14 of them coming here in the third quarter. So he scored in the first and third quarter.
So one more free throw coming for WC. 14.1 left in the quarter.
And I'm not sure why the clock isn't running.
Yeah, should it be running during free throws? Is
well, I thought it was, but maybe not. Maybe for free throws it stops. That may be right. That could be the case. Yes, I think it does, because I was listening to Lagodi Rivet, and they made that remark. There was no free throws in the third quarter, and it took 8 minutes to play.
Ethan Stahl, Isaac Madison going to set for a long one. It's no good. WC going to run it down, and that's going to do it. But we're heading to the fourth quarter. 60-17 Vikings. Back in 1 minute. Fourth quarter action just about underway. All Vikings, 60-17. And Jeffrey, the Vikings didn't start it well from long distance, but as my old favorite wrestling announcer Jim Ross says, business has picked up.
Yes, it has. 7 3-pointers there alone in the third quarter, 27 points in all in that quarter, so 10 threes on the night for Bar Reef. 6 of those coming from Braden Knepp. So Braden looks like he will not be coming back in the game the rest of the night. Seth Wagler, nice drive, left-hand finish, too hard. There's Waymeyer, puts it back up and good. So nice job by Evan. He's been around the ball all night. That's 7 points for Evan.
62-17. Knights lead it by 45. Long three by Bassler, no good, in and out. But WC with a long offensive rebound. They'll leave the putback short. Evan going to grab it. Here comes Landon.
Yeah, we need to see if we can get Seth one more bucket. He's got 9 points on the night. I'd like to see him getting double figures. Nice pass. Oh, into Evan. And they're going to say WC. Or did he just point the wrong way?
Yeah, no, it's Barry basketball.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Nope, they're going to get together and game management.
Yeah, game management. Eli Mullen poked that out of bounds. That was not off the hands of Evan Waymeyer. I'm sure of that, Doyle. I got my glasses on.
Well, you are trusty in the glasses. It's a good look for you. I think that's a big improvement in your game.
Helps me see better, too. And my wife likes it. There's a pass going to be, they're going to get a foul on Isaac Madison, and he was just going for the basketball, but he got there just a split second too late. They're going to get a foul on him. But 5th foul this half, but no harm done.
And the clock is running, so Washington Catholic will take it out of bounds.
Bassler with it. On the inbounds. Sipes has got it now. Sipes has had a good ball game here tonight. Now WC in the corner on the baseline. They're just going to lose it out of bounds. And Barry's going to get it back. Here comes my favorite Viking. I don't know if I have a favorite, but I love Alec Wagler, Jeff Doyle.
Well, and it's a big night for him because number 32 jersey came in. It was, they had to replace it in the offseason. They sent us a number 12, and we needed a number 32, so it finally came back in. This has been about an 8-month process, so let's see what number 32 can do. Nice move in the paint, up and in. Great move for Alec Wagler. Right into the game. Good post move for Alec.
64-17.
The right Alec in my box score now. And you want to talk somebody that has improved and just stayed with it. Alec Wagler is one of those guys, and just, sometimes, as a freshman, sophomore, maybe wasn't getting a lot of minutes, and now he's getting a lot of minutes on the JV and doing good things. So I think Alec Wagler will be a big contributor next year for this Viking team.
Yeah, he certainly has the possibility. Not to sound like old basketball guy, but there he is with the rebound. Kid's just got a nose for the ball, Jeff.
Yeah, he really does, and he just hustles. And, he runs the floor there looking for the ball. He just presents himself. So good things happen when you just continue the move.
There's Alec with it again. Seth Wagler stops and pops. 15-footer, no good. Isaac Madison going to pick it up, and he got hammered, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
We got 2 more subs coming in as Jacob Paul and Nick Cavanaugh will check in on the next buzzer. I wouldn't be surprised if Seth Wagler is going to come out of the game.
Yeah, I'd say this will be the end, if I had to guess, for Seth and Landon, or Seth and Carson. Let's see here.
Isaac Madison does not get the first one. Carson Boyd comes out. Seth Wagler comes out.
And what you're seeing is you look at the bench, and there's one left out there, and that's Landon Miller. But people expected to play some big minutes on Friday night, Jeffrey. Their night is over, and they are healthy.
Yep, and that's kind of what you want to do. You don't want to take that San Diego Charger approach and play all your players and get somebody hurt.
Yeah. Jacob going to grab the rebound, and he was fouled. So one area the Vikes have not done a great job tonight has been at the free throw line.
Yeah, they've actually missed their last 6 free throws, and they are make that 7, and they are 2 of 10, I believe. As Jacob Paul misses his first free throw.
Jake will have one more.
No good, and Barry gets the rebound.
Nick Cavanaugh.
Let's see if we can get Nick in the action as WC goes, and they get it down to Jake.
Yeah.
Nice post move, baby hook in the lane. Up and good, nice pass there. 2 points for Jake, and that might be his first 2 varsity points. Would that be right?
I think he made a free throw
okay
earlier this year, so I think he's been in the column. Jake
he's been battling an ankle injury.
And you see him, he still does not run. He's, you hear these high ankle sprains and it takes a month, a couple months to overcome. It really does. I mean, and Jacob's been kind of the poster child for that. So the Vikes with a 49-point lead. Bassler's got it.
We're down to 3:30 on the clock.
Ball going to be kicked for just a second. Going to be a tie-up, possession arrow back to WC. $66-17, big night Friday night, Jeffrey. Coaches versus Cancer. Of course, we've got Hagen's thing here at Bar Eve tomorrow. Got Stephanie O'Brien, who they're going to honor, our longtime band teacher. And, next week, Buggy Bowles going to be as Nick Cavanaugh, 3 no good, but Jake going to grab it, lay it up, no good, left it short, and last touch by WC. But, lots of stuff happening for lots of good people.
Yeah, absolutely. And, prayers for Hagen as he prepares for his surgery on Thursday. Again, that's tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, that'll be in Cavanaugh Court. And if you can't make it, we haven't quite decided how we're going to do it, but on the inbounds, Jacob going to lay it in. Nice little slip. But it will be on the Bari Media will bring it to you, whether it's through the Viking live stream on YouTube or we just go straight to Facebook. We'll have that announcement tomorrow. We're trying to figure out the best way to bring that to the most people. But hopefully you can be up to Cavanaugh Court. It's not going to be a long, drawn-out affair, I guess. It's going to be kind of an in and out. Choir's going to have a couple of numbers for Hagen. I know Josh Schwartzentruber is going to say some words. I know Dr. Madison's going to say some words. And we're just going to pray over Hagen and love on him. And a 12-hour procedure on Thursday is no joke, Jeff Doyle.
No, it's not. And just, Hagen, if you know anything about him, he's going to beat this and have full confidence. He's got the best doctors working on him, so we know good results. And then you mentioned Mrs. O'Brien Friday night, the cancer game in her honor, as she's going through chemo right now. Longtime band teacher here at Bar Eve, and went to Lagodi High School, and she was the band instructor there for a while. So that's very appropriate to honor her at this game.
Yeah, the WC gets them both 68-19. Not only that, we're going to start making announcements on the Bar Eve media page tomorrow. But as Jake, his shot going to be short. Isaac Madison going to be fouled, lays it up, no good, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Coach Thompson and the staff have done a great job accumulating items for this upcoming Coaches versus Cancer silent auction. And can't wait to announce some of them, but you see who the real good guys are in college basketball, and I'll give you a hint. Who not just who the real good guys are, but maybe who the best guys are. They wear black and gold, and they're 3 hours to our north. And that's not to say other people haven't done great things for what we're getting ready to do. We've got a lot of great donations from a lot of people, but Purdue basketball, Coach Painter, they have went above and beyond, and we are excited to announce some of the things that they have that they've signed up and signed on for.
Well, despite being number one there for a while, they just do everything right, do it by the book. They're kind of that old school team. Even though I'm an IU fan, I prefer to watch Purdue play right now. They're just an exciting team to watch. As a long three by Ethan does not go. We're down to the last minute 15. There's a steal, and Nick Cavanaugh has it. He's leading the break. Gets it down to Jake. Jake goes up, and there's 6 points for Jake. Nice pass by Nick Cavanaugh.
So 71-19. But, yeah, I'm right there with you on Purdue. It's it used to ruin my day when Purdue would beat IU, Jeff. Now I love watching them. What has happened?
Well, they just play a style of basketball that's entertaining to watch, and just everything that we grew up watching IU, and I think Coach Woodson can get some things done at IU, and give them a few more years. Had a lot of injuries, but Purdue's just been consistent year after year. You just know what kind of style you're going to get, and they get guys that stay. They're not getting all the 4-star guys. They're getting those 3-star guys, and they're getting guys that we've watched here in Indiana, or we've seen from afar.
We're going to run this out, Jeffrey. We're going to go straight into the post-game show here as we're done here, as this thing has been running for most of the second half, 71-19. That's going to be the final score. Bar Eve's going to win it. Bar Eve will be 8-5 on the season. And the Vikings will get ready for Saturday night as Travis Madison playing the Jeff Doyle theme song. Glory days. But the Lions come to town on Friday night. We'll have it all for you here on the General 95.9, 101.3, and of course both the Bar Eve varsity and JV games here on the Viking live stream YouTube page. As Jeff Doyle going through tonight's final stats, and both teams getting the prayer circle going at half court. Jeff Doyle, this is a real nice touch by Bar Eve and Washington Catholic.
It is, and you saw this last night, the junior high game at Washington, a prayer circle after the girls' junior high game, and no doubt they're honoring Hagen Knapp out there, praying for Hagen, and we're all thinking about you, Hagen, and best wishes on Thursday.
All right. So as this is going on, I'll go ahead and preemptively give you the Bill Dobson Ford Tough Player of the Game tonight. I never typically announce that, Jeffrey, but tonight that Bill Dobson Ford Tough Player of the Game is going to be Braden Knapp. And Braden, first two made three-point baskets early, got hot again in the third quarter. Braden, 22 points. And we're going to need 22 points from Braden on Friday night. Lagodi will have a little bit to say about that, but certainly trending in the right direction is Braden Knapp, and he is tonight's Bill Dobson Ford Tough Player of the Game. Final stats, Jeff Doyle.
Okay, leading the way for the Vikings, Braden Knapp, 22 points, did it on 2 twos, 6 threes, 22 points for Braden. Next up was Donnie Miller, 12 points for Donnie, 3 twos, 2 3-pointers, 0-2, 12 points for Donnie. A couple guys with 9 points. Kendall Graber, some really nice minutes off the bench tonight. 3 twos, 1 3, 9 points for him. Seth Wagler, 9 points for Seth, as he had 4 twos, 1 and 1 on the line. All those 9 points, fun fact, came in the first quarter, 9 points for him. Carson Boyd hit a 3 in the second quarter for 3 points. Ethan Stahl did not score, 0-2. Landon Miller did not score. Nice, both Ethan and Landon, good floor games. Let's see, we had Isaac Madison, 1 of 4 the line, 1 point for him. Jacob Paul, nice action for Jacob there in the fourth quarter, 3 twos, 0-2 the line, 6 points for him. Evan Waymeyer, 7 points for Evan, 3 twos, 1 and 2 the line, 7 points. Alec Wagler got a bucket for 2 points, 19 twos, 10 threes for Bar Eve, hit 4 threes. For Washington Catholic, it looks like they're going to be led in scoring tonight by Justin Sipes with 6 points. Isaac Halter with 5 points. Eli Mullen with 4 points. And Will Badsler had 2 points. And, Mike, they hit 2 free throws there in the fourth quarter late. Do you remember who that was?
I think it was Sipes.
Okay, so Sipes is going to finish with 8 points for Washington Catholic as we give him 2 free throws. Quarter scoring, Bar Eve led 20-7 after 1. Second quarter, Bar Eve outscores them 13-4 for a 33-11 halftime lead. Third quarter, Bar Eve throws the knockout punch 27-6 for a 60-17 lead going the fourth, and they outscore them 11-2 in a running fourth quarter. Running clock, that is. 71-19 Blue Chip Conference win for the Vikings.
All right, Bar Eve now 8-5.
17 threes tonight, $170.
Round it up to 200, Heather Madison.
Yep.
Round it up.
Yep, you're the accountant. Round it. She knows how to do it.
All right. So join us tomorrow night on the Bar Eve Media Facebook page. We'll have the link one way or another for Hagen Knapp's night tomorrow night at Kavanaugh Court. As we mentioned, so many special things happening. We'll talk about it. And Thursday night it's the girls. Friday night it's Lagodi, and that's going to do it. Vikings win it tonight, 71-19. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night, everybody.